talking about concept versus theme. What is a concept? As the dictionary says, I'm just going to read this out. An understanding retained in the mind from experience, reasoning, and/or imagination, a generalization, generic basic form, or abstraction, mental impression, of a particular set of instances or occurrences specific though different recorded. What, as you might have imagined, the dictionary is not a very good idea for this particular word. The dictionary is confused. Let's face it; they don't know what to say either. They're trying very hard, but yeah, it is a difficult word. But let's try it in a different way. What I'd like to say is it is a core idea of the project. Right? I'd go as far as to say it is the core idea of the project. And the way I'd like to explain this is by talking about a particular movie, which is a Pixar movie. And in case you haven't seen this particular movie called Inside Out, well, there are going to be spoilers. You've been alerted. There's nothing much you can do about the fact that you're going to listen to the spoilers, but at least now you know. But it was a movie that was released in 2015, I think, which is last year, and it deals with this little kid and her emotions, which are personified by these five characters on the screen. So this is actually a view inside her mind, and the five characters there are the emotions inside her that control her daily actions. So the one in the center, the one who is slightly glowing with the blue hair, her name is Happy, or she is the happy emotion, and she controls her body, basically her actions and all of that basically controls her most of the time, which is shown by by her size. Also, she's bigger than the rest, and she is more in control. To her immediate right, the slightly shorter, squatter, slightly old, I think, sadness, and what she is, yeah, obviously not as used as happiness, I suppose, as an emotion, and therefore, or it might not be that, I don't know, but the way I read into this movie anyway. So, and to the right of sadness is either disgust or jealousy. I think it's more disgust being a 5-year-old. I don't think jealousy is yet crept in. And to the left of happiness, that little man is paranoia or scared or fear. And he is a character who's scared all the time of everything. And that, I suppose, well, quite literally personifies paranoia. And to the left of paranoia is the squat, red ankle. Right? So these five characters control this little girl's life, and how she behaves on a daily basis, and how she reacts to things, and things like that. But Pixar takes it one step further. In the background, what these five characters are looking at in this particular scene are four islands, and these four islands are her core personality traits. She's 5 years old, and okay, let's start with the one on the furthermost right, which looks like a clown that's hammering itself, and that is obviously her funny side. She's 5 years old. She likes to have fun. She likes to jump on the bed. She likes to, well, run into things and throw things in the air and catch them and whatever. She's a kid. She plays around with a lot of things, and that island personifies that. To our left of that particular island is the hockey island. She lives in a cold country, and they play ice hockey a lot. And she was taught by her parents how to play this, and she finds that she is rather good at it. And she obviously has a lot of fun doing things that she's good at, and so that forms a rather large part of her personality as well. To the left of the hockey island is the friendship island. She is again 5 years old. She goes to school. She has teammates. She has a lot of conversations with a lot of people, and all of those are represented on that one friendship island, including her best friend that she converses with pretty much all the time. And then the leftmost island on our side is the home island or the love island, and there you will actually see the her house, the car that they drive to various places in, and most importantly, her family, her mom and dad, and that huge statue of the three of them together, just to show that they really love her and she really loves them back. And so that forms a rather large part of her life as well, and a rather large part of her personality. And I think most subtly, Pixar has done this beautifully, where the family island is the largest of the four islands, and so that forms the largest part of her personality traits. But I'm hoping to use this particular idea to explain what the core ideas are. Uh, those four core personality traits together form the personality that is this little girl. And those five emotions deal with her daily life and how they reacts to the various things. But it is those four personality traits that basically make her. As we progress through the movie, she, as in basically her parents move away to as a family move away to a different location, and thanks to that she loses all her friends, and they move to a warm country, so she can't play hockey as much. Although her mom does find her an ice rink and things like that. But at the end, or rather halfway through the movie, she is quite depressed and starts to unfortunately not have fun doing things. So the first casualty is the rightmost island, the fun island, which basically just cracks and falls down into the abyss. And it is in those significant moments in the movie you realize that when the core personality traits of that person is lost for whatever reason, it ultimately changes the person herself, which is the point that I'm trying to make in this particular thing. As the movie progresses, the more things that she loses interest in, she erodes away those particular islands, and that literally changes her personality. And I think a very similar thing happens with our designs. Our concepts are those core ideas, and it's not just one core idea or anything like that, but collectively they form our vision for our project, for our particular design. And that, I think, is what I'd like to call a concept. It is the collective, so the core ideas, I think, would be a better way to say it. But all of them put together is what the concept is.